So this is my house, this is where I live, and this is the story about how 2 days ago, a tornado basically went right over top of us. So this is the path of the tornado. There's my house in the lower right-hand corner, and this is where the tornado went. It was about 150 feet wide, and this was the exact path as it flew, and you can see here some of the destruction that it left in its path. Now, around 2:15 in our area, our phones began to get emergency warnings saying that there was a tornado warning. Now, this is different than a tornado watch. A tornado watch is when a tornado could happen. A tornado warning means that somebody has seen circulation in the clouds, or they've seen an actual tornado and they've gone ahead and warned or notified the authorities. And so a warning means there has been an eye sighting of an actual tornado. So we knew that about 20 miles west of us, there was a tornado that had been sighted and that it was basically headed right our direction. But we didn't know when and where the tornado might pop out of the clouds and cause some damage, so everybody is basically hunkered down in their basement. While hunkering down in my basement at 2:34 p.m., I get a notification that there's movement on my security cameras, and when I check the security camera, I see that it is an Amazon truck that's parked in my driveway, and the Amazon worker is delivering a package to my neighbor across the street. I did not know if she was aware that there was a tornado headed right for us, so I ran to go ahead and see if she wanted to hide in the basement with us. Unfortunately, she told me that she had already asked her supervisor, and her supervisor had told her that she was not allowed to leave the truck because, you know, Amazon cares more about their products than they do people. What we didn't know was that about 1 mile away, in 2 minutes, a tornado would touch down and head right exactly for this spot. So I left the Amazon driver to go back inside the house at exactly 2:35.
We got circulation in the car.
Exactly 2 minutes later, a tornado touched down and basically started to head directly towards us with a path of 150 yards wide with wind speeds of 110 miles per hour.
That is so cool.
Yeah, buddy. It's about to touch.
Look, Dave. Look, oh my God, dude, this is over. This is German.
The tornado came within about 100 yards of my house. Again, this is the flight path of the tornado as it crossed over Dickey Road and caused significant destruction to some of my neighbors' homes. Fortunately, my home wasn't in the direct path, but those homes that were suffered pretty badly. At the time that the tornado hit, we were hearing some wind noise outside. And before we really heard the tornado, we heard something strike our house. So what you're seeing here are boards that are sitting on top of my roof that hit some vinyl siding, the roof, and shutters. This is what landed on my roof. This is somebody's shed or barn that just came crashing down out of the sky. If you want to know something really weird, there was mail in my mailbox facing the tornado, so right about where that red barn that you see on screen is, that's where the tornado roughly landed, and there was mail in my mailbox with the door open just like you see now, and the mail stayed in that mailbox while there was literally pieces of other people's barns and buildings landing all around us. And along the road about 200 feet away was also this tree, and it got completely ripped out of the ground and uprooted, as you can see here in these photos. Which goes to show that when it comes to a tornado, the matter of 50 feet could be the difference between life or death, destruction, or nothing at all.
Kanan Kuykendall still trying to process what he went through. The 18-year-old was playing video games in his upstairs bedroom.
And I looked out outside my window here to the right, and then I saw like 3 trees get picked up in the air and like tossed like they were like weightless.
That wasn't the worst of it. Next,
the roof just like disappeared. After the roof went off and it like paper, I'm like, well, if it can do that to the roof, like I think I'm gonna get thrown.
Kuykendall says he grabbed onto a wall as rain poured in. Once the storm passed, he ran downstairs to safety.
We made it out alive, not harmed, no scratches, nothing.
But the family's home on Elk Creek Road, that's another story.
It literally looked like it just went right through the middle of the house.
Walls blown out, windows shattered, and screens torn. Almost all of the trees that surrounded the house now piled on top of each other. Emergency crews out assessing the damage say about a handful of houses in Madison Township were damaged.
Mostly came in kind of on the western front of Butler County, northwest corner, and came across through Madison Township.
On Dickey Road, a camper was tossed on its side, crushing a pickup truck. Another neighbor's yard littered with debris. Denver Anders says he was at work when his family called him terrified.
We was at work, and we come out of the shop, and we looked out in this direction. We could see it like finger come down. It'd come down like that, and it'd stop, and then it'd go back up and then come back down again.
Thankfully, his family was safe.
I could not believe it.
As for Kanan, he says he learned a lesson from all of this.
I think I'm going to take the weather alerts a little bit more seriously now. Pay attention to the details.